Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. Apologies for being a bit late. I've just come back. As you know, today, Fridays, is my tennis day, and the group has had issues booking the earlier time slots for the courts. So that means we started at 8 o'clock rather than 7, and we go for 2 hours. Played till 10 p.m. and then we had some food, but then that ran over a little bit. So literally I've had to sprint back, managed to catch the last train, which was the 1 minute past midnight. So literally I had to run back, and then I needed to use the loo, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I am here. Okay, there is so much to discuss. I've not had a chance to print off your questions, but I've read through them on the train on the way here on the overground. And before even going into those questions, just like, oh my God, yeah, OMG. It is just, do you remember, like, you guys know this, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but sometimes actually I realize you do have to repeat things quite a lot, because not everyone watches every show, not everyone remembers every show, and of course everyone else is reading on similar things as well. And do you remember I said 2026 is going to be very intense, it's going to be very crazy, we're a year of the horse. I mean, it's not even officially begun yet, but it may as well be there. It has been absolutely bonkers. And you guys will know I've been saying, I said, Trump knows he is dying. And do you remember I said he is acting like a man who does not have long left on this earth. He knows it. Those around him know it. And this is why we are getting some of the behavior that we're getting. I mean, oh my gosh, I did that wrong. Make a big clang. I just wanted to lift this. So it's sort of like a bit more there. Anyway, maybe not that. Let's do that. Anyway, it is bonkers. So first of all, let me just say some hellos. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Suzanne. Was that Suzanne Rotella? Thank you so much for your donation. Much appreciated. How are you feeling, guys? Let's just, oh my God, it's just absolutely bonkers. So just with some updates, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has bought the illustration. Yeah, the illustration. Lots of you, thank you. And also as well, I want to say thank you. Do you remember, I think it was last week when I suggested, I think you guys remember me saying, do you remember I said, wouldn't it be nice to have some, what's it called? What's the word? Some Zoom coffees, yeah, so we can come together, as a community, build a sense of community. Anyways, so inspired by that, I started something called Coffee with Hoagie and Like-Minded People. And I put it up last week. I only did it as a post, actually, as just a post on YouTube. And it sold out. It completely sold out. So thank you. You guys will know who you are. I've sent them the email for the link for the Zoom and everything like that. So what I've done is I've added more dates on my website. So so it's going to be every other Sunday. There's one date in May because I'm going to be at Agua Madera in May where I won't be doing the Sunday. So so it's going to be every other Sunday, and basically I'll host. And we get together, and basically for the price of a coffee, so that's what it is. It costs a coffee. It's like £3.75 in English money, and which is like $4.99 in American, which is sort of like the average coffee price in America. So for a coffee, and we'll sit together, and I think we'll do some group reads as well. And this is a place for people to have, come together for a sense of community, friendship, to make new friends with literally like-minded people, to, discuss, share advice, and to give each other psychological, emotional, and spiritual support in this very, very testing time. For those of you that may be curious, here it is. This is the picture that many of you have gone for, but a lot of you, and it's called the Portal of Time, the Portal of Past, Present, and Future. Many of you have gone for the bundle as well, which has got my illustrations from my other book, the astrological illustrations. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate that. I've not had time to put the details in the video description, so you can either look at one of my most recent videos, it will be there, or you can wait until the show ends and then I'll put everything up there. In fact, what if I could do it? I could try and do it now. Let me just see if I can do it now. And hopefully that won't mess things up. I'll just quickly get that done because I know many of you, and they're talking about Trump impeachment now at long last, which is well overdue. Let's see. I'm just going to do a copy and paste of the details, just so it's there, just so you guys have it. And I'm literally just doing a copy, and then I'll do a paste into the show descriptions. I'm literally going into it now, and I'm just literally going to paste that in, paste, and then save. All right, so that's saved, folks. Come back to you. So if you're interested in that, it's all there. And people who are asking me about my books and stuff, it's all there. So anything, my tarot cards that I use, in the video description. All right, let's get some of you involved here. What's this? Mickey Mouse says, hello, Hoagie from Minnesota. It's still crazy here. Now they are preparing anti-Islamic protests this weekend. It will be in Somali community. I pray no one gets hurt. Oh, my God. Oh. People saying here, praying for Minnesota. Yes, I can well understand. Another thank you, Miriam Colton. Thank you so much for your kind donation. Much appreciated. Let's go. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to go back to the top of the chat just to welcome those who are here very, very early, because sometimes they get missed out. Thank you, everyone. And what crazy time. So look, these coffees, what are they about? I'll be hosting, of course, but this is an opportunity for you guys to meet like-minded people. I know many of you have family that are sadly on the MAGA side. Not all of you, many of you, your whole family is Democrat, but a lot of you, or some people were independent and they voted Trump this time, or, whatever. So, a lot of your lives have been touched by these policies. So this is a way for us to get together, to discuss, to debate, and just give each other support, and being in a loving community, and where you will literally make new friends. And it's completely international. It's just not just America. It's open to anyone. And when it sells out, it sells out. So click on my website and you can check that out. Let's see who else is here. So one of the only ones, KMY, hello from NYC. Elisa saying, yep, it's chilly here. Sharon saying, happy Friday, dear hearts. Oh, that's great. And then what's this here? Grace Gilbert, lifelong El Paso, with the exception, I don't know what that means, but obviously a lot of you guys chat to each other in the chat anyway. And then someone says here, Debbie says, knitting keeps me sane too. Wool is wonderful. Also watercolor, but that requires more focus. Yeah, watercolor is great. You see, I like to use watercolor. So we got, Appalachians of New Jersey tonight. Hello, all. Greetings from cold, snowy Western New York. So you guys are we were kind of very cold last week. The lake in Victoria Park froze over, but only for a day or two. You should have seen all of the ducks and the swans and the geese were paddling constantly to stop the ice from melting. It was amazing how they all worked together. I wish humanity could be a bit more like that. All right, so what's this here? Gigi says, hi, chat. Hoping I'm home from shopping before Hogarth starts. Well, I was a little bit late, so, And then someone's saying here, Debbie saying, I'm knitting a blanket based on log cabin and Ganzi patterns, 10 squares, done 2 more, and then mattress stitch. Oh, pardon. All right, and then someone else talking about this as well. Sharon saying, I think it's time to get out of my tatting shuttles and do some productive meditation and self-reflection. Indeed, in this time of utter madness, folks, yeah. Obviously, there's the news. It's horrific. But you need a bit of time away. So do your hobbies as well. Do your hobbies as well. Make sure you take mental health breaks. Like for me, because whenever I watch the news before tennis, it affects my tennis. So today I gave myself a news diet. I did see some of the headlines because I was just like, oh God, I have to see a little bit. And it did affect my tennis a little bit, but then actually it went really, really well. Because I find when I watch all of this news, I just start having problems with my ball toss and start missing tennis balls and all of this kind of stuff because I think it's ticking around in the subconscious. Let's get some questions in. So lots of hellos. Southern Ontario is here. Canada in the house. Mivs is here. So from snowy Ontario, and many of you, many more from Canada as well. So thank you so much. And of course, globally, internationally, Montreal is in the house. Here we are, -16. In Montreal. Georgia's here, so we got some of Georgia, southern states. My granddad lived in Georgia, bless. And then Rochester, New York is here. Ohio is here. Oh, many, many, many of you. All right, let's just dive in with one of the questions. Now, I've not had time to print things out in my usual fashion because, as you know, I was a bit... Oh, did you hear that? Thank you. Look. Did you hear that? The till? Yeah, that was someone just buying the illustration. Ah, whoever that was. Who was it? Here it is. So yeah, from the online store. Let's see if it's going to show me. Oh well, look, it's just showing there. But oh, look, people buying the illustration. That's wonderful. Thank you, guys. Right, let's dive in. So I'm going to go to my YouTube page. And let's just go view channel and let's see some of your questions. So I read through it. It's not going to be in my usual smooth, organized order. So forgive me for that, guys. But all of the questions were very, very interesting. So let's go here. This is more of a readout. This is coming from Shelley. So it says, thank you. I'm in the USA holding the door, feeding my little my littles in my neighborhood cookies. So that must be little people, I would imagine. I need to show what love and peace looks like. I'm sad, but we are here going to burn it down and start again. Our guts are full of lies. We need the world because we are all the same humans. Absolutely right. And then, oops, let's see here. So Barbara says, hi, Hogarth. Oh, my God, I can't get over that video of them with dog masks on. Did you see that? It's like eyes wide shut kind of stuff. My question for tonight is, can the cards see if the military is secretly making plans to storm the White House and remove Dumpy and his regime? Thank you for everything you do and try to keep us sane. I'm mentally and physically exhausted. Yeah, I can well understand. Well, look, Barbara, I'm going to start with you tonight. So let me just, what have I done with my cards? Oh, gee whiz. All of that chat. Oh, I was playing with my cards today. Ah, there they are. That would have been awkward, wouldn't it? All right, let's just dive in. So are the military planning? Ah, thank you. That's another person. So if you hear that kind of till sound, that's someone buying an illustration. So thank you so much. Before I forget, this is what I'm thinking of doing, guys, particularly in the coffee chat. That illustration, it's otherworldly. And it genuinely helps. Well, it proved itself. That's why I call it the portal of past, present, and future. With it, you see the timelines. What I'm thinking of doing, guys, now let me know if you think this is a good idea. I'm thinking of doing group meditations on the image, on the image, and we together, oh, thank you. That's another person. And we together, we meditate on this and we go in and we change the timelines. What do you reckon? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking. I think that's what we can do, because I know Duck L'Orange. Remember that dream I had? I know Duck L'Orange and Rubio. I know what they're doing. They're trying to get the timelines they want. Yeah, but we can do the same as that counterbalance to them. So what do you reckon? I think we might do that in the first coffee with Hoagie if people got the image, because we have to do something. This is bonkers. So anyway, is there a secret? Thank you for everything. Yeah, what is it? Can the cards see if the military are secretly making plans to storm the White House and remove Dumpy? Well, let's see. Basically, that question is there a coup being planned? Let's take a look. Is there a coup being? Make sure I've got the cards right up here. Oh, thank you, guys. Much, much appreciated. All right. I think we need to do a group meditations on it and go in and shift those timelines, shift them. Are the military planning anything? Are they planning a coup? Are the military planning a coup? Are the military planning a coup? From what I understand, there has been a little bit of resistance from the military. They were saying, look, maybe leave Greenland alone, but we'll bomb Iran instead. You know, that's obviously not happened. Oof. Oh. Thank you. Thank you so much, whoever just put just there. Oh, okay. Guys, this is tricky. This is tricky. Yeah, it's tricky for the military. I see what they want. I see what they potentially want to do, but it's tricky for them. Why? Okay, if we look here. Oh, thank you. Over 1,000 of you in the chat now. Thanks so much. All right, military. Are they staging? Let's do settings. Sabotage. Let me just do my, sorry, I'm in the flap. Let me just calm down, Hoagie. Camera settings. Where's the camera settings? What's this? Did you see that? There are many forces at world. Am I still here? Can you see me? Did you see what happened there? Let me see if I can get my old camera back. Gee whiz. Let me just see if I can get my pro webcam camera back. Did you see that? Where's my obsidian? All right, guys, if you can send me some light and prayers for protection, because I think there are forces at work that obviously do not want this video to come out. Anyway, back to what I was doing. That has never happened before. Hopefully, hopefully that was all right. Anyway, here, this is what they want. Yeah. This is the card, as you know, the Four of Swords. This is normally a card of reflection, meditation. It talks about being wounded in battle. But as you guys know, I interpret this card with what? I interpret this card as more like death than the death card. What this says to me is that there's many guys in the military that would rather Duck L'Orange was not breathing. Yeah. However, they have to follow orders. This is also a card of reflection, of meditation, of taking time out and thinking. So they are thinking about it. Yeah. If we look here, the next card that comes out is the Lovers. Yeah. Now, the Lovers, I also associate, you know, as guys know, I associate with international agreements, trade. It deals with contracts and agreements of all kinds. I think, and this is showing up in the obstacle position. So what I think it is I think if there is going to be resistance from the military, it's going to be to do with things like Greenland, NATO. They're even talking about Iceland now. I mean, diabolical. And as you know, I've always said, Trump is dreadful, but the people around him are worse because they egg it on. Yeah, they are using him. So the military is weighing things up. They may even be making secret alliances. Yeah, because this is like being on the download. You see here, looks dead, but there's actually quite a lot going on. So here, but then look, the devil. Yeah. So what can that talk about? It can talk about corruption. It can talk about psychopathy. This, what this also says, though, I think there's an internal fight within the military because I think there's some people that have been bought out as well. Many people, of course, have been ejected. Some of them are pro the wickedness, but then there's others that want good as well. If we look here, we've got the Nine of Swords. Yeah, so this is agonizing. This is agonizing. I think many of the leaders in the military and the military in general, I think they're in a state of anguish. Yeah. And then if we look here, we have the Three of Swords, the card of heartbreak. Yeah, card. So I think what this is saying to me, I'm not seeing a coup or intervention. I'm feeling like the military is, many people in the military are feeling heartbroken. If I read it backwards, yeah, they're distraught and sad at the wickedness and the corruption, not only of the regime, but maybe some of their seniors. They know important choices need to be made. They need to kind of create alliances, but they have to keep it on the down low. Yeah. I think a lot of them are anticipating Trump's obituary as well. Yeah. So maybe I'll pull a clarifier. Let me just pull a clarifier just to see if there's any action on that card. Can't remember what the last card was now. God, funny that. I'll just pull a clarifier, just see if there's anything else we can extract. And thank you as well for everyone who's been letting me know that they've been seeing a lot of orbs in my videos of late. So I really appreciate that. It's been a lot, hasn't it, of late? I can't tell when they're coming, of course, but look at this. Guys, Wheel of Fortune. It's like, what this says to me is this Wheel of Fortune. No one is in control of the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. What it means is we're now in a time of fate and destiny. We need to understand this is also a grand cycle. This is a Pluto return. Pluto returns happen only once every 248 years, but basically they really ripen at 250 years old, 250 years. And that's how old America is. So there are many, many confluences happening, as you would have seen from many of the astrologers, particularly the Western astrologers as well, talking about significant alignments. Of course, Western tropical astrology is 24 degrees ahead, but in Western tropical, all of the outer planets are changing signs. And of course, with Vedic, Vedic, of course, is 24 degrees back, but it's still very significant. We are seeing very, very rare and powerful configurations happening at the moment. Three-eye Atlas as well. There is a question which was asking about March. I remember that one. So let's dive into that one. Oh, thank you. Thank you to whoever that was. Thank you so much. Let's just see here. Yeah. Like, have you seen the dog video? Let me just find it. I have to find it because you have to see it to believe it. Let me just 1 second. Let me just go on. Let's go on the old booby tube. Let me just put here Trump party Mar-a-Lago. And then I'll put what is it? Animal heads, animal faces. See what comes up. Let's see. Oh, this is the one. This is probably going to be better. So I think it's Brian Taylor Cohen on this one, and it's a short. So what I will do is let me just get the share screen going. Thank you to whoever that was. Let's do share screen. You just have to see it. You just can't make it up. You just can't make it up. Make sure audio is there. All right, so let's go here. This is Brian Taylor Cohen. So let's click on him. There may be an... Where's the sound? Oh my God, footage from Trump Mar-a-Lago reveals attendees dancing in dog masks. Is that some kind of reference to Doge? I'm not sure if there's any sound. Any sound? No, there isn't on this one. But look at that. What's that all about? Yeah, there's no sound on this clip. I don't know why they're not putting sound there. They've got, imagine it's, I mean, look. It's like most Americans are struggling to put food on the table, and you've got all these people dancing around. And look at that. Oh, look at that. It's just so bizarre. It's a shame he's not put any sound on the clip, but you can see for yourself, can't you? I mean, just like, really? It's just like bonkers. Did you see that? You know what? One thing I'm going to tell you about from the Vedic astrology, and you remember, you guys, I said this before last year. America is in its Rahu Dasha. And do you remember I said the Rahu Dasha is the craziest of them all? Yeah, this is like when your soul is in the backseat of a certain car. The Rahu Dasha for America began in 2015. Yeah, September of 2015, where only a few months earlier, someone came down the escalator. Yeah, that's when this cray began. America is soon going to move into Rahu Ketu. Ketu I call snip snip. Now, do you remember I said as the year goes on, we're going to see leaders being deposed because Ketu, the south node of the moon, is in Leo. Yeah, Leo deals with leaders. So look, we've had Maduro, we've had Prince Andrew. So Andy Mountbatten, formerly known as Prince Andrew, he was deposed. We've had all these different kind of things kind of like going on. And I'll tell you something. Rahu and Ketu, the notes of the moon, they deal with animals. Rahu is cats. Guess what Ketu is? Dogs. You've just seen them with the dog masks on. There's something going on here. Very, very, very interesting. Anyway, so let's go on to what's this? Okay, my question is. Oh, so we did that. Jerry Gelding says, hello, Hoagie. My question is, as the US government continues to sink into a cesspool of lawlessness and debauchery, will US citizens unite and create their own patrols to disarm ICE and take back their streets? So, let's see. So let's look at this. And Gelding's from Canada, as you guys know. All US citizens take up arms against ICE and their own patrols. It's just madness, isn't it? Remember, like, the word I've been, the sentence I've been using regularly, but I really believe it's true. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That was. It's true. It's beyond parody. It's beyond parody. In the face of such provocation. Oh, but in terms of trying to lift the energy up, I think we will do root meditations on that card, and we will try and change the timelines. I think I'll do it on the Sunday coffees. That's the most appropriate place. Mm. No wonder. Oh, all right. That's a bit more positive and a full clarifier. Mm. Ah, ah, right. Okay. There we go. Will US citizens make their own moves against ICE? Very important question. What do we have? First card that comes up is, look at this, it's the Emperor. This is who the American people are against. They recognize now, still not everyone, we need to remember there are some still people that stubborn percentage of people that support Trump. Like I said, if you still support Trump now, you are irretrievable. Yeah, that's just how it is. They've made a karmic vow. Yeah, with him. Anyway, look, the Emperor. Yeah, this is Dr. Orange. They're seeing the imperialism. Yeah, they're seeing the imperialism of Dr. Orange. This is also, do you remember how I said, Trump wants to become what? Emperor of the Americas. Remember I said that in the dream? Look, the Emperor. Marco Rubio, yeah, wants to be the successor. He wants to be the Emperor that comes afterwards. So how appropriate this card has come up. We look here. What is an obstacle? What is an obstacle to the Emperor? Look, the American people, yeah, fighting. So this is, I think it will reach the stage, sadly, but I don't think there's much choice soon where if people will start taking up arms against ICE. But this is also talking about the internal conflict as well. From what I understand, remember, I've only been able to see headlines. And remember, I wanted to give myself a little break today from the news so I could play tennis better today. But from what I understand, they've been talking about infighting. I've even seen headlines now. Remember, some of these headlines are a bit clickbaity. You know the ones that I mean, yeah, they do a bit of clickbait and what have you. But I did see a headline that was saying that the GOP was considering impeachment. But until I see it myself, I will not believe it. Yeah. But so this is fighting on the streets. Yeah. The American people are going to start fighting. This could be armed conflict. I'm so sorry to be saying this, but I have to read what's there. This can also talk about the political infighting within the GOP, and also, well, what are the Democrats doing? How are they capitalizing? If we look here, look, the American people are in a state of anguish, yeah, understandably, yeah, anguish, heartache, it's just dreadful. However, look at the next two cards. We then get the Ten of Cups, which of course is the happiness and fulfillment, yeah. So it's like maybe there's a fight, maybe there's a struggle to get to the other side, to get a happy family. And then look, we've got the Two of Cups here, which talks about making deals, making a new arrangement, a new partnership, a new contract. And then I wanted to get some clarifiers. And then if we look here, things, Eight of Wands, things moving quickly. And then there is the energy here of coming around a woman. Maybe, could it be that the next president of the United States, assuming everything doesn't completely disappear into a black hole, could the next leader of the United States at last be a woman? We'll have to see. However, when I just one more card, I did get moon cards, so it means there's machinations this is yet to emerge. It's probably a little bit too far off at this stage. But when I look at it, I think some people will literally take up against the regime. They won't feel they have a choice. So, wow, wow, my goodness. Deep, isn't it? Let's take a look at the next question. And Equinoxes was asking, will it be proven that Tosca has privately funded his militia who are basically now ICE? These are the same units who raided after Chicago riots and 4 years and turned into dumpies of army. And I wrote back, no, it wasn't private money because, of course, they used the big beautiful bill. Let's take a look. Oh, Trump announced, so this is coming from Peace, Peace. Trump announced a new healthcare plan. It feels too good to be true. Let's take a look. Oh, and there's the revelations. Let's take a look. Trump's healthcare plan. I want to believe anything that comes out of the man's mouth, but it's probably an attempt at appeasement. I don't have any details on it. Do you guys know about Trump's healthcare plan? I'll bring you guys back in soon. In fact, if you guys could, and then Midas Touch is Pete Buttigieg exclusive town hall, Wisconsin. So he's there live. Let's scroll down. Dreamweaver saying France wants the Statue of Liberty back. That can't be true. That can't be true. Really? Let's take a look. I'd be on the run from Trump size of stuff. Personal life, but I have to get my samurai sword out to survive. Oh, I certainly hope not. Oh, this is so dire, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Wheezy Squeezebox says France deserves the Statue of Liberty back. Fortunately, they've got a smaller one, also original, on the tip of the Isle of Degrasse. Yeah, because there's a smaller one, and the Statue of Liberty in the USA is modeled on that. Tribal woman said, I doubt that the Republicans will vote to impeach him. They are cowards. Yeah, yeah, they certainly have been for sure, haven't they? Let's see. Raymond just got a quote here. There is but one thing of real value to cultivate truth and justice and to live without anger in the midst of lying and unjust men. Marcus Aurelius. Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely. Marcus Aurelius has a lot to offer. Vexing Vixen says, I'm native Minnesota. This is heart wrenching. Oh, thank you. This is heart wrenching to watch. I can well imagine. Oh my gosh. And then Will Musk ruined Dem's chance of winning the midterms. Oh my god. It's so, oh, it's so overwhelming, isn't it? Okay, let's read on the healthcare plan and then let's look at the midterms. It's astonishing that we're here, but look, we all have each other, guys. That's the most important thing to understand as well. And Marcus Aurelius is a very good reader this time. Trump's healthcare. Is it too good to be true? Yeah. Mm. All right. So if we look here, we have the Seven of Wands, and this is a card of conflict. Yeah, conflict, struggle. So it feels like to me people might still be struggling. If we look here, the next card here is the Nine of Wands. So again, this is talking about being wounded in battle. So I'm not seeing like cards of relief here. There might be some kind of new legal structure, new contract drawn up, or some attempt. However, the Ten of Swords, that's not very encouraging, is it? The sense of betrayal. And then look, you get the Death card here as well. So there might be some change or transformation to it. But it's, can they even implement it? If the cards were positive, then it obviously would be a bit different. You know? But I mean, does anyone trust anything Trump says now? And then, oh my God, Karina Machado gave him the prize. Oh, geez. Ooh. All right. Yeah. This is usually my card for GOP. Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, wealthy, rich woman, and then an announcement. So, page of cups. I think they may announce some more stuff, but it looks like to me it may just be another grift. It might just be lining up with people's pockets. But there's certainly, if it does happen, there's certainly going to be quite a bit of money going into there. Wow. Wow. Oh, oh. We'll try and end on a more positive note. Just put my phone on airplane mode. And thank you to everyone who's providing the illustration. All right, let's see. Scrolling down, let's bring something in. Someone says, unfortunately, I'm in a 3-2 red state. Someone here is saying, Delta, so I don't think I've ever prayed so much as I have this year. Now it's getting even more so. Wow. See. Oh gosh, I have to say some thank yous. Please, thank you so much. People's card for Trump's new healthcare plan. Okay, just did. Sandra, thank you so much for your donation. Much appreciated. Some euros there. Oh, it says your sound is messed up. Going on 5 minutes now. Is it? Can you still hear me? Oh, oh, saying the sound. Let me just unplug. Wow. Let me just do this. Beep beep. Can you hear me now? Audio is choppy. Check the chat. Oh my God. So the audio. Oh. You see that interruption that I got? What about now? Let me scroll down. What a pain in the. Do you see that intervention that happened where it all just went a bit funny? Did you see that? Let me scroll down. Group meditation. We go new comments. Very good now, better now. Yes, way better now, Hoagie. All right, someone said, got to watch the chats. Yeah. Okay, so the sound is good now. Sorry, because when I'm in the, because obviously when I'm reading the cards, I'm in that space. Now it's okay. So something went a bit weird. We haven't heard any of this reading. Ah! Sorry, guys. Said low sound. Sound has been wonky since the first reading. Ah. Sorry, I'm exhausted from screaming text at you. Saying it's all good now. I'll just make sure I check in a bit more often that the sound. So yes, at the start. Anyway, never mind. I'll just put that over to the other side. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. Let's move on to the next question. So if you guys are just watching, catching up on that, sorry, bear with it. Apologies. And let's go back and see. What's this here? I can't get it. Healthcare plan will with the whistleblower revelations coming out about the ring. Oh my God. With the whistle, this is from, how do I say that? Yowingfield. With the whistleblower revelations coming out about the ring, Clarence T's involvement, and you ask if Harlan Crow or his brother, Trammell, prosecuted for trafficking crimes, were involved with Epstein. Well, I mean, he's been named, hasn't he? Basically, look, folks, with this Epstein stuff, look, the reason why it's not coming out is because so many people are implicated. That's why. So many. Trump has got every crony, every friend of his, they're all implicated. And I think one of the things that Trump may have done, particularly after Epstein was no longer alive, let's put it that way. Because remember, he was the president at the time. Think of the powers that he has. He could have easily gone in and got all of those tapes and videos, or at least the majority of them. Think about it. He had all the tapes and stuff at Mar-a-Lago. Who's to say that he wasn't able to get hold of extra footage, as it were, and of videos of people? Who's to say that he didn't have a little deal with Epstein and got some of those kind of crucial videos, and then you know, let's read on this. So revelations coming out about the ring, Clarence T's involvement. If you ask if Harlan Crow or his brother. Oh, actually, I realized I forgot to put my headphones in. That's probably what did it. That's what did it. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, yeah, I forgot to, because I was in such a flap. Never mind, doesn't matter now. All right, let's do a read on the Epstein files and the extra revelations. How much is SCOTUS and other powerful people involved? Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Well, this is, I don't even need any clarifiers here. This is absolutely clear. Look at this. The tower, yeah? The tower, the Epstein files, if they come out unredacted in their pure form, it will ruin multiple people, will just be ruined. Ruined. I think it will just end so many careers, so many people. I think people will be disgusted at just how many institutions and powerful people are involved. Remember, they run into the millions now. This is why they're trying to keep them secret. Yeah, they've only released, what, 1% of the Epstein files? 1%. Yeah. How is anyone still supporting Trump at this stage? Really? Anyway, we look here. In the obstacle position, yeah, we got the Ace of Wands, which talks about what? Fertile new beginnings, fresh starts, power, activation. Yeah. Sadly, it also has a physical connotations for a man's certain parts. Yeah. When it's awakened, let's put it that way. But we can consider it reversed. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to block everything as much as they can, because they know how scandalous this will be. They know, so they're trying to block it. However, look, the world is watching. Literally, the world is watching. So it's kind of, I just feel like it's a momentum that can't be stopped. I feel like the cat's out the bag. Yeah, the cat is out the bag. Even though they've not released everything, everyone can read between the lines. Yeah. This is actually the Ace of Cups is normally a card of, you know, of happiness, emotions overflowing, but it can also talk about intense emotions too. And then look here, Ten of Pentacles, which of course talks about what? The GOP. Yeah. GOP. Yeah, here we are. So someone says here, yeah, Mickey says, ruin them all, stop hiding and protecting the real criminals. And then someone's saying here, is saying Sascha said the Kierkegaard stake up trance behind, and he had the med advanced out for treatment, and that's why he wears diapers. What is it Sascha said? He kicked a garden stake up Trump's behind. What? And he had to be medicated out for treatment, and that's why he wears diapers. What? Oh my, really? Oh. And then Trouble Woman says, why do people really want to protect pedophiles? Yeah, it's a really good question. Unfortunately, there are a lot of dark people in this world, and they are obsessed with power. And, you know, there are some people that have an obsession with violating innocence. Let's just put it that way, because I don't want to. Yeah, let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way, because you know sometimes I've seen things that have happened to people in their charts and whatever, and I look at certain things, but the energy of that, they're they want to victimize. You know, like how this regime is saying we're predators, we're predators, we're predators. Do you know what I mean? Wow. Oh, let's have a look here. Let's look at that. This is going to be a good question. So Manuela Orchid asks, hi, Hergy. My question today would be if all of us light workers will be able with our influence to change our world into a better place in the end after this big astrological shift. Thank you so much, love, Manuela. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Like I said, I'm going to start doing group group meditations, I think, on that card. To try and change some timelines. Because it does work, you know, particularly when you have a group of people meditating on higher consciousness and stuff like that. And when the light burns brighter, the shadows get darker. Yeah, because they don't want that. They want to stay everyone in the lower vibration. The light workers will be able to, with our influence, to change our world into a better place. Okay, how can the light workers change the world into a better place once we're through this dark passage? Apologies for the sound, folks. Sorry about that. But there was that glitch thing as well. Do you remember when I started? Hold on to my obsidian. Ah, I'll have to pour a clarifier on that. Ah, this is tricky. It's quite tricky. Just a clarifier on that. Let's pull some extra cards. Okay, I see. All right. So here the question was from Manuela, would be if all us light workers will be able to, with our influence, to change our world into a better place in the end after this big astrological shift. Thank you. So if we look here, here we get the Magician. Now the Magician is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck. Let me move my camera a bit. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck because it talks about using all at your disposal, and how appropriate. Yeah, because the question is about light workers, and look here, we got the Magician here. This is about using, this is of course as above so below. Yeah, he's in that pose, which of course is the classic mantra. It's actually love above, longer than that. It's as above so below, so within, so without, and there's more to it. Anyway, and you can see he's got all the different objects here, his magical objects there. So what this says to me is that we need to use magical tools. We have to use the magic within us. That's why I'm saying, look, I think we need to meditate on this. Yeah, like I said, do a meditation on this, and I'll see what else comes through in the next days, weeks, and months, where we put our powers together to change the timelines, to more positive ones, because Duck Larange is definitely doing it on his side. Yeah. However, the obstacle, it's the heartache. Yeah. The sense of betrayal, all of the madness that's going on in the world. So what this means, what this says to me is, despite the heartbreak and the madness, we still have to find that power within. We still have to find that inner magic. Yeah. If we look here, we've got what I call stinky fish. Yeah. So there is going to be more and more crazy things coming out in the news. Yeah. Strange, odd, outlandish, ridiculous. Yeah. However, if we look here, we get the Hanged Man. So this is about seeing things from a different perspective. But as Lena interprets this card, it's also about making the sacrifice. So I think it's gonna require sacrifices. It's gonna require discomfort. Yeah. If we look here, this is some of the challenges. Yeah. Here we've got feeling out in the cold, or the poverty card, or this can also do with sickness. I think this is probably more of the challenge that America is facing right now, because a lot of people are feeling like this. The cost of living is so extreme, rent is so extreme, medical, you don't need me to tell you, you guys know, it's ridiculous. So I pulled some clarifiers. So here what we've got is the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so this is talking about being astute, being alert. This is talking about critical thinking. Yeah, one of the ways out of this is for more people to have critical thinking. Too many have just, this is not us, our crowd, and those that watch channels like mine. I'm talking about the people that threw their weight behind this and now are like going like, this isn't what I voted for. Yeah, why? Because they lacked critical thinking. More of this energy of the Queen of Swords is coming in. I think people are going to be more critical, criticizing and scrutinizing in the future. Yeah. If we look here, we have the Knight of Swords, which is for me one of the fastest cards in the deck. It is associated with violence, unfortunately. I think the way I'm seeing this is that as more people wake up and they have critical thinking, they will start to fight back and push back against the regime. This is obviously the regime trying to do this, but this could also be the American people fighting back. And then the outcome card is the Justice card. So I think it's going to be a fight and it's going to be a battle, but ultimately justice can be served in the end. But it's going to deal with like people, it's like those that are still supporting the regime, no, they have to stop. Yeah. And this is about critical thinking. This is about strategizing. This is also as well about doing things intelligently, not necessarily putting oneself in harm's way, but being astute, being intelligent about things, being sharp, yeah, being witty even. But it may take major pushback from the American people to get the justice in the end. But I am heartened by this card, yeah, the Magician, magic. So this is about in a way, not spiritual bypassing, but this is about pushing through all of the yuck, all of the crud, yeah, all of the rubbish, and still finding that magic within. I'll be doing as best as I can to keep everyone's energy as up as high as possible. Like I said, with those hoagie coffee with hoagie, just look on my website. There's more dates. And meditating, yeah, on the finding, using that portal of past, present, and future to collectively for us to see what I just want to see what happens. Let's see what happens when we're all together in one mind and doing like meditating and finding those timelines, those pathways, and bringing those better ones forward. I do think, just in closing, the regime is so extreme it can't last. Yeah. Because why? Because they've got no discipline. And the illusion of competence has already been destroyed. Yeah. You think about how these things kind of work. Yeah. All of these strongman tactics, it's all about, you know, strength and competence. So I think they're just I think they're just crazy. I don't think they've got any discipline. And let's just see. I just want to bring it. Wow, Purple Pale Guys said, Hoagie, it's true. That's what Sascha said. Wow. And he's still alive after doing it, kicking a broomstick up. You know what's doodah. Can't make it up. And then people saying, I stand with Sascha Riley. Yeah. Let's see who else is in. And then people put, don't forget to say thumbs up. And then someone's saying here, Spy says, Sterling says 60 prominent people would be convicted. Once Trump's gone, once Trump is gone, they won't have any protection. Will anyone sniper the felon? Well, they've tried that already, haven't they? Moon says it's part of a devil worshipping cult, but I think they meant to say cult. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they want to terrorize. But the thing is, they're so like with this party with the dogs' heads, you know, they're just flicking the bird to everyone. It's just so outrageous. You know, they like part of how fascist regimes work as well, especially in the early stages, they have to create the illusion, and they can't even maintain their own. They can't even maintain their own illusion. Listen to Sascha Riley's story. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to put myself through that to be honest, because I've already been shown psychically, you know, when in my connections with Pluto and just the planets, I've already been shown what they do, what they've done, and what they do. I've already been shown, and that's why actually for years I've had to hold it in, because I'm like, this is too dark. No one's even going to believe this if I told them what I saw. It's just too dark. But let's just say it is very ritualistic. Yeah, and there's been a lot of this and all of that kind of stuff. And then someone here is Dawson's Creek said loose bowels and incontinence is a symptom of frontal lobe dementia. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then Interplanet says, I've no doubt at all that Trump is capable of everything that Sascha detailed. Oh, absolutely. But think of all the people around him that are helping him. But let's just see here. ACDNC Georgia said the astrology insane next week. Can we do a group meditation next week, 18th, 19th, or 20th? That might be worth a look. Well, I'm going to be doing my in my group coffee thing, because there's a lot of sabotage out there, unfortunately, of light workers, and there's a lot of shadow banning as well. So I think I'd rather do it with a private group, at least to start off with. And then, yeah, read on that. Need to get uplifted to the end of the moon. Love story. And then let's just put this in on this. We all carry, Janet Warner says, we all carry the spark that the divine gave us. Let's light it up. Absolutely. Someone's saying sound is still a problem. I'm sorry about that, folks. Sometimes it's just like that. I think that was a little bit of sabotage, to be honest. Let's see. But I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. So look, this is a challenge, of course. Of course, it's a challenge. But I think the way we counter this is that we come together as groups. We come together in meditation, in higher vibration, higher consciousness. And we do our best to contribute to those higher timelines. Because part of, believe it or not, part of the reason why it's falling apart so quickly is because more and more people are waking up. So, and as it falls apart more and more people will wake up. And the more people that wake up, the easier it is to move through to the other side. You see what I mean? So as ugly as it is, and the fact it's getting so ugly so rapidly, means that it leads to more people waking up, more people, the spell being broken upon them, which weakens the regime even more. Like if the Declarange, if the Trump regime invades Greenland now, after all of these warnings, it is over. Because then America will be at war with Europe, which is ridiculous. And there was that thing that was passed where, do you remember there was that senator who said basically any interventions now, it's going to need the approval of Congress. I doubt very much Congress is going to approve that, even the most crazy and rabid of them. So we're in this phase where it's extremely ugly, and it's probably going to get uglier as more and more comes out. But the more that comes out, the more people that wake up. The more people that wake up, the more it hastens the demise of this regime. The Rahu Ketu thing starts like from the 26th of March, call it 26th, 27th, 29th of March. America will go into Rahu Ketu Dasha, snip, snip. That is when I see a lot of leaders having to be held even more to account. But we will see changes as well in the economy. There's going to be a lot of things that will happen, but it has to be so ugly in a way to get people out of their sleep. We're not talking about us, of course, you know, we're already awake, but think of all the people that are still not awake that have been kind of supporting this. So anyway, I'll say, yeah. And people saying, check out the audio, it's really bad. I already know the stuff that they've done. I've already know the stuff that they've done, and it's just horrendous. But let's just focus on that. Timelines. I think that's the next stage. Working together to change timelines. Magic. Spirituality. Shining brighter to counter the shadow. As horrible as it is, more and more people are waking up. The whole world is actually waking up, and that is raising the vibration of everything. So hold on, folks. It's still going to be choppy as yet, but the more absurd the regime becomes, the less credibility they have, the less plausible deniability there is, and the quicker it all starts to crumble down. So I want to leave maybe on that positive thought. Apologies again for the dodgy sound. That was just a nightmare tonight, but sometimes it's like that live TV. It's never been like that before. That was very odd. I think there was a little bit of energetic, you know, what have you. But anyway, I've got my obsidian, and just someone here, and someone says, yeah, they are sociopaths. Their brains are not like ours. Yeah, indeed. And then 57, Michelle says, I pray daily for this 2026 shit show. Yeah, indeed. And then what is it? Ginger says, wow, I'm starting to like this new foretell deck. Libby is great. Yes, yeah, Libby's really good. We need to get her back on my show. Yes, so yes. Oh, His Majesty, was she here? Was Libby here tonight? Oh, if you were, hello. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there now. Timelines, guys. Timelines. Apologies for the sound again, and it will be better next time, don't worry. And I'll see you in the next video. And wow, whew, what a time to be alive, eh? But it will not last forever, folks. Duck l'orange. I think it's months rather than years. And let's not forget as well, when Jupiter goes back into sidereal Cancer, which is the 1st of June, it will be back on his Saturn again, which in the 12th house with Saturn, Venus, and Pluto. And you remember I said that can deal with hospitals, endings, retirement, and exile. Yeah. I doubt Trump is going to stick around to see all of this. Yeah. Anyway, I will leave it there. Bye-bye for now. Big love, everyone. And I'll see you on the next show. All right. Bye-bye.